Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be hunting all of this. It looks like mostly wheat pennies, but they were laying around in the coin store, and I was like, hey, it'd be a cool video. They're unsearched, and there is some good potential because I see a few dimes and buffalo nickels here, so maybe it'll be a little bit more than, more of a collection search as opposed to just wheat pennies, but hoping for some key dates. I think we'll start, I think we should start with this box as well as maybe a few of these cups, but we'll just get started and I'll keep you updated as I find things. And so far, it actually has not been a crazy hunt. Those are all 40s to 50s, teens, 20s, 30s, and then we got a few foreign finds. We have some cool stuff over here, 1917D, a counter stamp, 1909. I actually haven't checked for the VDB. Let's zoom in. I don't think I see it there. So that's just a regular 1909. We had an 1895 V-nickel, 1910 V-nickel, 4 buffaloes, a war nickel, a few coins over here in better shape. 1914, that one actually kind of looks nice. 37, I think it was, a 15D and a 1916S, I want to say. And then over here, this is our best find so far, but it was already in a case. 1868 2-cent bronze, extra fine. So that could actually be like a $50 coin, $60 coin, something like that. Just because it's in good condition would be great in a typeset. But we'll continue with this hunt, see what else we can get. And been hunting quite a bit more, so we got a 1916S, 1915D, 1893, 1898 Indian heads. These were mostly in the pouch. I'm going to flip that over, but it looks like a nice uncirculated Indian head scent. And then all of these are 1909s, so we're going to look for the VDB. Let's start with this Indian head scent. It's been a little while, took a break, but let's get it in focus first. There we go, and it is a 1907 in nicer condition, so definitely something to separate. Now we'll also check these for the VDBs. That one does not have it. Actually, I think I'll just go like this, and we'll see. In one of my recent videos, like literally every one was a VDB, so it would be, I'm like used to finding a lot of them, but it would be very reasonable that we would not see tons of them here. Is that? Nope. Let's see, there we go. There's a VDB. You can see the designer's initials, VDB, right at the bottom of the coin. So it's maybe a few bucks more with those initials. But yeah, generally not. Oh, there's a second one. It's a little clearer there. Let's see if I can, zoom in. And they're, easier to see in that case. And a third. Sweet. So we got 3 VDB pennies so far. And we'll look forward to potentially finding some more or some other key dates. And just, I guess, so you have an update, we've got these left. So I think we'll start with this big jar and then also this jar. And we're going to have the finale be that jar where there was like a silver dime or something in that, like that. But yeah, we'll go with these two next. And we're continuing this hunt, but I honestly really didn't find anything too interesting outside of just getting a few more of some pre-40 wheat pennies. Now we've got this jar. I think that we're going to start by going through these pennies, these rolls, which I'm not sure what they are. It's some sort of yellow bag, whatever. And then these rolls, and then like I said before, we're going to finish with this. But we'll do these and check back in a moment, hoping for some more interesting finds though. And getting through these rolls, and I'm realizing that there's actually some cool coins in this collection. And check this out. It says Franklin Dimes, 1946 to 60. Back then, Franklin Roosevelt, Franklin is his first name, so I guess people might have called them Franklin Dimes. Or check this out, which is probably one of the more valuable, probably behind that 2-cent piece out, $1921. But look at the price tag, $1.50. So, that's a much lower amount. And I'm trying to think, because when they demonetized like the quarter and the $half, or in terms of not having any silver in them, maybe the full dollar that this represented was still, only worth a little bit over in terms of the spot. So just super interesting to think about, but it gives me a lot of encouragement in terms of what could be in some of these rolls, and I might actually do them live. And some of the coins in those flips have actually turned out to be quite cool. In addition, this was the dollar I showed before, but there were 2 more silver dollars. There was also this 1866 3-cent piece, and then these silver dimes some of which you've already seen, but I'm assuming, and I haven't checked it out, that there's some good coins in these rolls. So I think the way I'm going to first open up this thing of nickels, and maybe it'll just be like regular date Buffaloes or, you know, Jefferson, old Jefferson nickels, war nickels. You never really know. Ooh, and it looks like a lot of war nickels. So, yeah, these all, well, that one is not. That one's just a regular 1939. But it seems like there's some solid silver content in here that was not necessarily expected. So, yeah, I mean, this is all 35% silver. During the World War, they were making coins with silver, and, you know, I think manganese even went into these, just so that they could save copper and other more important metals that could be used in the war effort. So the end of that roll also looks like in 1943. So just going to pour all these out and see, these don't all look like war nickels from the side, and they're definitely not. So like that's a 1939, and I guess I'll kind of go along and separate. There's a lot of varieties on these. I actually just recently filmed a video. I don't know when it will be releasing, but the full varieties on these, there's some overdates, 1943 over 2. There's a lot of repunched mint mark ones, but I think I'm just going to sort through all of this. Actually, before I do that off camera, I'm assuming that it's going to be silver, but I want to confirm. We'll open up one of these dime rolls, because it's awesome that those were some war nickels. They're more valuable than Buffaloes, and that looks good too. So check that out. That's always what you want to see. Sweet. So it just looks like a bunch of Mercury dimes. I think it's definitely time to go through these. Make sure there's no, 1945 micro S, 1942 over 41. There's lots of stuff to look for, and that's going to represent some serious value. This might be like $20 face in silver, plus some rolls of war nickel, plus some Morgan dollars, in addition to the massive wheat cents and this 2-cent coin. So some encouraging results there, but I'm going to now do some of the work just going through it and provide you with an update at the end of that. Oh, and I also forgot that we still have these to go through, which I thought was going to be the highlight of the hunt, but instead looks like what's in my hands is the highlight. So there may not have been any crazy key dates in there, but there's a lot of value. I mean, look at all of those war nickels. Look at all of these silver, Mercury mostly, and a few Roosevelt dimes. I was looking through them. There was kind of one batch of like earlier. There was a bunch of like 1916S, but you didn't like, when you don't see the mint mark, it could be a 1916D, but there wasn't anything super valuable in there. So the remaining thing, I thought that this was going to be the highlight. Those rolls have certainly been the value highlight unless there's a key date in there, but we'll search that and then give a full overview as to what this search has, turned out as. And in terms of the results, we had a few Buffalo nickels, nothing super significant, though this was kind of cool. You can tell it's the raised back, so a 1913D Buffalo nickel, even though the date is not really visible on the front. So that's just something neat. There was definitely another concentration of Mercury dimes, which was fun to see because they're each worth, $2. So definitely some good finds. Then a bunch of, 1943 steel cents. Though the most interesting find was probably this 1923. It's a really nice condition penny, and that could definitely sell. I don't know exactly for what, but certainly, $30, $40, maybe a little bit more. It can be surprising what some of the earlier common date but nice condition coins can go for, especially with the kind of wood grain toning. So I'm going to get everything kind of assorted, but definitely quite a successful hunt today. And that's the final result for today's search, all of those, and that is a huge amount of 40s and 50s wheat pennies. Then we had the 30s, 20s, and teens. There's not too much significance in those ones. Then we had some random foreign and tokens. Those are not very valuable. We had 3 silver dollars, an 1866 3-cent coin, a ton of war nickels, which is just a lot of silver, and then even more Mercury dimes. That is a great haul. Buffalo nickels, nothing too special there. Some zinc and steel pennies, nothing too crazy either. The 1868 2-cent piece is definitely a nicer coin, as is the 1923 cent, though that's not as wild. That one kind of looks like a maybe partial collar or something. I don't know. It's a little bit off center enough where maybe you take it aside. a nice 1907 penny. That might be something more that gets thrown in with a lot. And then some decent condition coins over here as well. 2 V-nickels and a fun hunt. So thanks for checking in. In the past from this coin shop, we've had monster, great 1914D, 1931S, huge finds. Today was more just bread and butter. You make a little bit of profit with the Mercury dimes. It's cool that they're there, but it's not like, it had already been paid for or something. Then we have, 3 Morgan dollars. You can get some profits there, but it's cool for us because we didn't know that they were originally there. The 1868 2-cent piece is something you might be able to pay a little bit less for because there's more effort in terms of going through the selling process. So anyways, that's what we've got today, and thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretownYT.com, Facebook, TreasureTown, Instagram @TreasureTownYT, or Twitter @TreasureTown_YT, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.